Well, hey, y'all.
Hey.
It's been so long since I've seen you. It's been almost half an hour. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. I am so happy to be here with all of you. There are many things that I am blessed to do and to experience, and I don't think in my career there's been a greater one than to share the stage with these artists over here and to learn every day about the heart and the soul and the craftsmanship and the search for connection you people have with the audience. And it's incredibly beautiful to watch. It's as beautiful as watching a tree grow or the sun rise. It's breathtaking every night, and I'm so lucky to know all of you. Thank you for your example. We're here at the Ed Sullivan Theater. We're here at the Ed Sullivan Theater, a stage that hosted everyone from Elvis to the Beatles to Billie Eilish to Doechii. What does it mean to all of you, any one of you, all of you, jump ball, to perform here every night? Do you feel it?
I mean, yeah, you definitely feel the energy. I mean, you always point out how right up there was where all the Screaming Girls were with the Beatles debut.
Yeah, Mr. Sullivan wanted them high and away. He didn't want them downstream. If you look at all the pictures of the Screaming Girls, they're way up there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, had, what's his face, Billy Crystal, standing right here just waxing poetic about how he started his career here on this stage. You definitely feel it, right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for me, it's surreal because I'm from Brazil, so I never thought I would even have access to a place like this. So to being here and this being my home for the past 10 years is just incredible. Like, this is my family. Like, I was welcomed here, and you know, it's just amazing everything we get to create together every single day.
What does it feel like as a space? Like, there's the history of the place, but as performers who performed at 1,000 different places, what's this like as a performance space for you?
It's really cold.
It's really cold. It's really cold. Yeah.
Now, we keep it really cold because we call that comedy weather.
Right.
Because if your teeth are chattering, you're very close to laughing just out of self-preservation.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
To warm up. But as performers, cold, not good?
I mean,
Y'all keep hand warm.
We keep
the
hand
I
hand
mean,
warm.
I gotta use tape every day.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Or else your
But it's
fingertips would
with
pop
love.
off.
Yeah, it's with love. I love it here. I love it here.
We could probably before we move out of here, we should probably write a thank you letter to Hot Hands, because they have really made this possible playing in this room. Right. You know, that's why Antonia, who does our wardrobe, always makes sure I have pockets, because while you're monologuing, I'm always
But in addition to the weather, it's just really amazing to perform as a part of this production. Like the way that the camera folks, operators move around, it's like a ballet happening on stage. You watch them practicing their sweeps during the commercial breaks, you over there getting briefed by the segment producers, and it's just a really cool thing to be able to bring our music to this audience, especially in this context, among such beautiful, talented individuals across all the aspects of this show.
Everybody here's a pro, which is great.
Yeah.
Including you guys, and I gotta tell you, it took me a while to get used to a live band during the commercial breaks, because y'all will be doing something interesting. It's one thing, at the old show, we had music that played, and it was the same set list every night, because I wanted to keep the energy up, but I couldn't be distracted by it. But I want to turn and watch. You know? The people at home, you guys are going to see these folks perform in just a minute, which is a real treat, because I always say, if somebody says like, oh, I want to see the show live, yeah, and it has nothing to do with me, you want to see this band live, because this is such an extraordinary concert. You see little snippets of it at home. The energy in the room is sustained by this. Okay. Hey, Louis and Joe, you were part of the original house band for The Late Show when we debuted in 2015. What was it like when you first saw the theater? What was it like when you first came here? What did you expect and what did you experience?
Well, I used to come and see Dave tapings here. You know, when I first moved
In
to
the
New York.
audience?
I used to sit in the audience.
Compare the coldness.
Oh, it was colder then.
His was colder.
It was colder.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think my first thought was what you did with the place. I mean, you opened up the ceiling.
Oh, it's totally different.
Yeah.
And it's totally different. Yeah. It wasn't actually a Broadway theater at the time. It was choked in like a TV studio.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it took a while. Those first few weeks, I feel like I was in survival mode. You know,
Oh, yeah?
I feel like we all were.
Back at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't feel
Except
surreal.
you knew how to do your job. I wasn't sure if I knew how to do
No.
mine.
Well, I mean, it was a little different though, because I think there's like a hurry up and wait element to being a musician, like on a show like this.
Yes.
It's like you have, like, I think that was, we could probably all agree that, at least for me, I'll say that was the biggest adjustment of learning how to, all right, you're on, bare your soul and give everything. And also, at any given moment, you're gonna stop and we're gonna need to cut or do an edit or like address the audience, let people know what's going on.
It is so hard to stop you guys if you're in the middle of a great song.
We
have
developed
to do
that
a
beautiful
pickup and go
signal,
like-
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at first it wasn't that at first. At first it would be like everyone would be like, stop. And we were like, hey, can we find something that's
Is that how they came? Tell me how that came
Yeah.
about.
Well, that
so
was
tell
I
them
think-
what happens.
Yeah.
Tell them what happens.
So basically, yeah, like I was saying, like sometimes we have to stop down the show for any reason and
Usually
sort
some
of
technical reason, or I made a
yeah,
mistake.
technical reason, or let the audience know that we're going to pre-tape something, and our stage manager, Mark McKenna, will need to stop us down so that we can address the audience, and then we'll need to start back up. And in the beginning, season 1, no one ever had done something
We
in this
were
way.
all finding our way.
We were all finding our way. So they would jump over and be like, stop, band, we need you to stop. And we'd just be like in a crazy solo and be like, oh, okay. Right. And so we found this shorthand where, what if we just make the signal, I love you?
A little nicer.
I love you, but.
But
Do not take this personally.
Yeah, exactly.
This is with love.
exactly.
Please stop.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
But people don't know how the process of a band. Well, I mean, listen, there's so many things that I want to ask about.
Yeah.
Like, first, let's talk about the process of a band like this being assembled. How this one come together. So at the time,
Yeah.
John was band leader.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me that process. Like
mean-
Joe, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
It was Joe, it was Eddie Barbash,
Ibanda.
Ibanda Ruhumbika, and I met those guys over at the Rapport.
Yep.
Met you guys over at the Rapport.
Yeah.
And then when they came over, I said, how many people do you think it should be, like based on budget, like that? And John's like, I think 7. Like, who would you add? And at the time, it was Maddie Rice,
Yeah.
and Grace Kelly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Michael
and
Thurber.
then they
Michael
said,
Thurber,
and,
yeah.
what?
Michael Thurber.
Michael Thurber. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before Grace.
Yeah, and then he goes, and there's one guy. Were you here for the first show, or did you miss the first show?
Oh, no, I was here in March.
Oh, well, you said there was one guy where we might have to wait for. They said.
I was in Japan when they called me.
And what were you doing in Japan?
I was touring with, I think I was doing a Billboard Live tour with John Scofield.
That's it, John Scofield. And I said, oh, what's he doing? He goes, he's playing drums for John Scofield. And I said, oh, Joe, are you not going to be the drummer? And then y'all all laughed. And then I said, what? And he said, well, Louis can kind of play all of our instruments as well as we can. And you remember what John said?
What?
Well, almost all of our instruments. Yeah, maybe not piano.
Take the keys like John.
Okay, but now tell me about the process of bringing a band together.
I mean, I feel like, because you're a day oneer. I came in as a producer initially.
At the time, the band was only 4 of us.
Yeah.
And we wanted to expand it. You were the first one that came on. Lamp came on shortly after. I feel like the first few years, a lot of people came in and out of the band. But around 2019, 2020, this was the lineup.
This is what it's
right before COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
Minus Corey. And then John left in 22,
Right.
and you can take it from there.
So let's talk to other people as they got added to the band. Tell me about like how you got the call and what was that like?
Yeah, so what I didn't know, Joe Saylor is actually the person that recommended me for the gig.
Oh.
He didn't tell me till
Rhythm
about
section
a year
to rhythm
ago.
section?
Rhythm section to rhythm
Yes.
section. We barely knew each other, and I didn't know the band. And I got this call from an unknown number. I thought it was my nephews playing on the phone. Hello, who is this? Get off my phone. Oh, John? Oh, hey. So we talked about music and life and all the things in between. We didn't even talk about a gig. And I got a call a few months later to sub for the show. And then I ended up signing the contract months later. So it's just been a blessing to be around all of these wonderful musicians.
Nega, how'd you get the call?
John saw me playing somewhere in Harlem, and then he just brought me in. And on my first day, Joe didn't like me right away. He did not.
He didn't like you at first, or right away he didn't like you?
He didn't like me at first, and then I just gave him like this smile. And I was like,
Hey. Joe, can you confirm?
I can confirm.
It was obvious to us.
And
What
then
changed? Was it the smile or was it the playing?
It was everything. It was everything. Yeah. My sister. Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
organic, like everything from Joe to India, from India to Nega. There is a spiritual sort of awareness of wavelength that I think, like they had not played together, right? When he saw you play, but it's like there's an awareness, kind of like when you meet someone at a bar or something, and like you can feel that, like, oh, we're gonna.
First time I interviewed Tig Notaro, I went, 100%, we're gonna be friends.
Yeah, you feel the energy, right? You feel the jumper cables do what they do. And I feel like, to your question, that's a huge part of the gold mine that we stumbled upon with this collective is that every two parts kind of connect in their own way, and coming from the different genres and worlds and backgrounds, it really makes for an ensemble that sounds like nothing else I've been a part of before.
Let's complete this. Louis Fouché, when did you come on?
I started in season 2, so the very first episode in 2017, and
It was a good time to join.
yeah, that was nice. Y'all
2017 was an excellent time to join.
I heard you had
2015, 2016, little bit harder time to join.
right.
Did not know what we were doing yet. Y'all did. We didn't know.
I heard some stories, but by the time I got here,
We
it
had
was
some
really
late
smooth.
nights. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I had known John Baptiste since I was a kid. I was 12 and he was like 11 years old. We met at a jazz camp in New Orleans, Louisiana. So jazz camps work. Please support jazz camps.
Come on, jazz camp.
Yeah, for sure. And we played together for years before he got to the Rapport. And by that time, we had kind of split ways. I'd started touring with Eddie Palmieri, and John just kept growing and growing. And then when Eddie Barbash, departed from the show, John called me, and it was really awesome because all of season 1, there were so many saxophonists that came through, and I was not called. But then when Eddie left, he called me, and then it started as 3 days, and went to 3 weeks. And then I've been here for 9.5 years.
At any point, did anyone? At any point, did John say you're going to have to wear red tennis shoes?
No, he did not mandate that, thankfully.
Doesn't mean anything to anybody else. Okay, Lampley, have we done you?
We have not. So I actually started a couple of weeks after the beginning. I remember I was on a tour with the band OAR that I've been touring with for a long time. And yes, give it up for OAR, great band. But I got an email. I had met John a little before I left for the summer, done some shows. I think I was telling the story earlier today. I walked into a rehearsal and you were in the corner and I was like, whoa. But got through the summer, got an email from the show and was like, hey, I'm out for 3 more weeks. Can I come in a little late? And they were like, sure, that's fine. So I remember showing up, and again, it was very surreal for me. I'm from a tiny little town in Ohio, and all of a sudden I'm standing next to these incredible musicians in the Ed Sullivan Theater. And so, again, just echoing what you said, it's like coming in, not really knowing any of these people, but very, very quickly, because of the conditions and also just, because of the band, we became family. And that was, it's been 10, 11 years now.
I think we first met, we were at a recording studio across town. I don't know what you guys were laying down, but I went over there. Must have been something for the show. And we were walking back and I went, Lampley seems like fun.
Remember
that walk
were walking
back?
on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I remember that conversation, and you walked away. I think called my mom. I was like, Mom, I was just kicking it with Stephen Colbert. And my mom said something to the effect of does he go to church? Funny enough.
Yeah. Well, when I asked John, when we were trying to figure out what to do with the band,
Yeah.
I knew it had to be part of this, and because we wanted to do beautiful theater, we wanted to do a classic late night show, we wanted a band, didn't know what to do. We got a call from John's management saying, do you want to have a conversation about it? He's up for a conversation because we had hit it off at the old place, and invited him to the last show too, and I said, sure. So we had a conversation about it, and I thought, I think this would be good. You know, I really like, because not only do I love his music, and I heard Stay Human, but I thought like, oh, but like big, like could, stylistically can go in a million different directions. And I also liked the jazz band, because it harkens back to Carson's band. You know, great jazz players in that band. Yeah,
yes.
Doc and a lot of his players too. And I thought, oh, that'd be great. And I said, so I'd like you to do it. What do you think? And he goes, could you come meet my parents? And so I flew down to Kenner, Louisiana, because he's like, they need to approve of me.
Yeah.
So I said, if I'm going down there, and I got to be on my best behavior for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Corey, how about you?
So I joined at the end of 2022.
Yep.
And I met Louis Cato and Louis Fouché about 20 years ago, probably over 20 years ago in Boston. We were all coming up, playing music together. And we ended up moving to Brooklyn and becoming roommates, playing a lot of music over the years, and kind of went our separate ways musically for a while, but remained close friends. And then I got a text in 2022 like, hey, can you come sit in with Louis Cato and the Late Show Band next week? And I said, sure. And then after that week, I got another text, can you come back next week? And I said, sure. And then I got a text in January, can you come back for January? And I said, of course. And then Cato was finally like, hey man, why don't you just join the band?
Now, for the people who are wondering how one, you know, what the path is to get this job, well, what did you study and where did you go to school?
This is very important if you want to play music for a career. You have to. I went to Harvard and I studied economics.
There are many paths. There are many paths. Okay, there we go. Okay, was there any point at which this, was there a time at which that this really started to feel less like a job and more like this is a band? You know, however you might define that or wherever that feeling is for you. Because for me, it'd be like, I work with comedy troupes. There's a point at which like, oh, no, we're of a mind now. Was there a moment that struck you? Or how long did that take?
I mean, the first thought to me is, harkens back to kind of season 1. We used to, before we could get stage time, we used to rehearse in like this tiny little room up in the stacks, where we would kind of cram in an upright piano and a drum set, and Nagel would make a little small mini percussion setup. Little island, like just bongos and like playing shaker like this to fit in between everybody. Sometimes we'd have like 10 people in that room.
Oh, yeah.
That compression's nice, though.
What's that?
That compression.
The compression is nice. I mean, if you look at any like Fouché, I think you've been posting things about from season 1. It all sounds great because everything's like single source. But to me, that sort of sticks out in my mind as a time where things sort of started to congeal. And a lot of that, I think, is accredited to a combination of John Batiste's nature of his sort of fearlessness when it comes to throwing a bunch of people in a room and trusting whatever happens. And then the second part being just the collective spirit of everyone here, like those parts where everyone individually met up when we met, because he would often just start, if you know John, he'll just start playing, and nobody, without words necessarily, and so you either jump in or fall off, and everyone here is of the spirit of like, jump in. And in that small rehearsal room, there was a lot of that for a long time. Like you said in season 1, there was a lot of long days and late nights while we were still figuring things out. And we had a lot of time to just play without necessarily verbal cue as to where we were going. And the sound really started to congeal, you know?
I will add the fact that we also spend a lot of time together outside of here. Like we actually enjoy meeting on the weekends and just doing stuff together. And I think that like as a band, you know, when you do one-offs, that's just like the job that you're gonna do. But when you actually spend time together, you just know each other better. Like, I know some things that Joe are gonna do, and we just have like this conversation where like we complete each other's rhythmic like phrases sometimes, or melodic phrases sometimes. And I think that is because we spend this time, this quality time together, you know? And I think that's how our band starts to be a band.
What is it like when an artist comes in and sits with you all? Maybe not ones you've invited, but like Joe Walsh comes in for
Literally, I was about to say Joe Walsh.
like Joe Walsh comes in for a week, right? Was it a
yeah.
whole week of Joe Walsh?
Yeah.
It was a week of James Taylor too, wasn't it?
Yeah, James.
Well, that was a week before.
Well, before, but
Joe
a
was-
week of Joe Walsh, like
Yeah.
playing Rocky Mountain Way with him, or James Gang, Walk Away
49.
and stuff like that. Well, yeah, Funk 49, stuff
Yeah.
like that. What's that like to like someone like you know his music, but you don't know what he's like as a performer? How do you hook up your jumper cables, and how difficult is that?
Lamp, you want to jump in here?
Well, first I will say, and this is kind of piggybacking off of that last question, John Baptiste left this band in this show, and obviously we all know how incredible of a musician and performer and leader that he is. And it is not easy to do what Louis Cato has done, to step to the fold and lead a band that you were a part of. And he's done such an incredible job. And as much respect I have for Cato as a musician, I have gained so much more respect for him watching him grow into this leadership role. So I just got to say that before addressing this. I mean that. I mean that.
Come on, man.
I mean that. I mean that. But so like Cato would meet, I remember this. It was like we had just started to figure out our thing as a band, and y'all were like, hey, how about a week with James Taylor, a week with St. Vincent, a week with Joe Walsh, back to back to back. And we were like, all right. So it's like Cato is like linking with the artists in their team, and it's kind of deciding like what we're gonna play and the order. And then like the first rehearsal is always the best, because exactly what you said, we don't know what Joe Walsh is like. He's stepping into a situation and everybody's kind of like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And then as soon as like the first chord hit, it's just like off to the races. And that's what I love about this band. Exactly. And it's like he can feel that like we're ready, like wherever he wants to go, we're gonna go with him. And I just think that artists really have a wonderful time with us.
For sure, yeah. And it's amazing that to see these like iconic artists come in because they want to play with us and how we play. This band has a sound, and there's been times where the artists would say like, oh no, so like we've done that already. Like you guys do what you do, and we get to bring what we do to their music.
Like compare hooking up your jumper cables to Joe Walsh or St. Vincent,
Right.
and like Pete Townsend.
Right.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You
That's
know,
a-
like
that's a
when Pete
good
comes
question.
in,
I mean,
that stuff sounded a little bit different than how he would have done it.
Well, it's
originally, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's all custom tailored. The organizing principle that I kind of try to lead by is that when I connect with these incredible artists, it's like I want to find where you're at creatively and find the most natural fit to what the sound of this band is. And if you can take someone like Pete Townsend, he was very much like, well, I want to do this song, that song, and I kind of want to do like this one, but I don't want to. He's very like thoughtful in his creative process. He's a multi-threat, you know, and so that's a little bit more of an organized, arranged approach, where it's like, okay, if we're going to check all these boxes that he's hearing creatively, and you know, it comes in with something a little bit more arranged. Whereas Joe Walsh he's kind of just like, yeah, man, you know. I think we gave him like, he didn't even bring a guitar. He was like, yeah, just rent one from Guitar Center.
Well, that's kind of like how it happened. Is he called me up? We were on vacation. He called me. Goes like, "Hey, man, I thought it would be cool to hang out. Would you be? That sounds great.
Yeah.
Would you be cool with that?" I'm like, "Ask them." And it worked out great.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a lot of things to hit here, and we're it's all times we're burning daylight here. Okay, let's see. Joe, as a drummer and like the root, like backbone musically, what kind of shorthand communication on stage have you and Louis developed?
Oh boy. Well, I think at this point most of it is unspoken.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
We have a lot of musical cues. I mean, like you were saying, the interesting thing about doing a show like this is that we know how we're going to start a song, but we never really know how we're going to end a song because we don't know when we're going to end a song. It's determined by when we come back from commercial break, and that's not up to us. So
Live shows being different.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll look at the camera shot and kind of determine how much time we have. And if
You're trying to judge when Yvonne's going to turn the camera back
Every
on?
Exactly.
single night.
Every single
night.
night. You're trying to figure out, are you looking over here? It's like, oh, he seems to be done with the card over there. He's done with the producer early. Why is he talking to Tom?
Yep.
Clocking
Oh, we got
all
to
of
stretch a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys do after this, by the way? Like, does everybody go home, or like this your day beginning when you finish here? Because we're done. You guys are done like 7-ish usually.
Yeah.
What happens after this? Are you going out and then gigging someplace else?
Oh, no.
Generally.
I have kids.
I mean, I probably.
Andy, you were about to say something?
I usually stay upstairs and listen to a ton of music.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm dancing in my dressing room, like, just did the show, just did the show.
Wow.
And then after, I might have a gig on the weekends, I might have a gig,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just so thankful to
Yeah.
do the show. I feel like, as Cicely Tyson once said, I feel like a nymph in fairyland. Yes.
What about, what time's everybody's day start?
6.
6 a.m.?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Hitting the gym? What are you doing?
Yeah, I like going to the gym. I like doing work on my own music before I get here. So when I get here, I'm only focused on here.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Well, thank you.
I
Okay,
feel
let's
similarly.
see.
This show made me a morning person because, like, once we're here, as you know, as you all know, it takes all of your energy. And like when this is done, I mean, I'm cooked. So it's like if you want to do other stuff, you kind of got to get to it in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while I've got you, Nega, you bring a distinct voice to the mix. What does Brazil bring to this band?
Ooh, everything. No, I'm kidding. No, like in this band, we listen to each other a lot. So like by listening to each other, like there is this space that is created where I get to be me, where I get to bring my culture, my expertise, not only about like Brazilian heritage, but like other things that I've learned along the way. And I feel like, you know, once we write a song together and we internalize the song, that's when the fun begins, because there is this subtle conversation that happens under the music that will dictate where we're gonna take the song. Because we might be playing the same song, every week, but we never play it in the same way. And those conversations that are happening, they're gonna like dictate where we're gonna take next. And it's always so much fun, you know.
How about the closing song? Bum, bum, ba, da, ba, bum.
Well,
Does that vary?
Yeah, I mean, it varies because, we all have like a little solo.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I'm always trying to impress Joe. I'm always gonna try to do something he cannot keep up with. That's
How's it going, Joe?
She's doing a good job.
What was the old closing song?
Y'all know it. Y'all know it.
On command.
Okay. Corey, every individual musician has to be tuned into everyone else on stage at once. What are you listening for to find your place?
I'm listening to, there's a lot to listen to because there's so many unique voices in the band. So everybody in this band has a super deep spiritual connection to their instrument. So there's always a lot of energy floating around back there. And I'm just kind of trying to like tap into the current and see which direction we're going in. And sometimes that means like not playing anything, or sometimes it means, trying to put the carpet down if Lamp or Joe is soloing, or lock into something that Nega and Joe are doing rhythmically, or maybe try to catch like India's bass line and try to complement that or play off that. But yeah, just kind of trying to tap into the energy of what's going on and go with the flow of the band.
Now, when you're studying economics, how much was there talking about tapping into energy and the spiritual dimension?
That was a lot of it.
That was a lot of it. Andy, playing for this television studio, and not every television studio is like this. This is the reasons why we opened it up again 11 years ago, is that I wanted a real performance space. I had done years of studio work, and I used to do a show for a camera that an audience witnessed. And now I do a show for an audience that a camera captures. It's subtle, but an important difference. And I'm curious, what's it like for you as opposed to a concert performance, as opposed to performing in this band for a television show? What's the different energy, what's the different demand for you?
So I treat it all the same. When I play music, whether it's an audience of one person, 1,000, or you beautiful people, I treat it the same because once I step on that stage, it's like a spiritual cleanse. So the mission is a higher purpose, and I'm trying to find all of our way home within the notes. So it's above me. It's just a moment in time that we all can share together. Yeah.
Louis, you saxophone, powerful instrument. They're all powerful instruments, but saxophone can really grab center stage, that sound. When do you choose, or how do you choose to like really step out and take that spotlight with the sax?
Yes, I think one of the beautiful things about saxophone, and I think all of our instruments, is that it really works well in ensemble. So like a lot of the times, my goal is like, how well can I blend with Lampley, and how well can I lock in?
And sax and trumpet, natural blend, or does that take a little something?
It can be a really good blend, and it can also really not. I think it depends on who's playing it and the intention and
Any
the
two horns that don't blend well together, like French horn and sax, or like?
I kind of feel like anything can blend if if you're kind of conscious about being in tune, dynamics, phrasing, really listening to each other. And I think it happens like all across the band. Like all of us are trying to lock in with each other in various ways. And it's a really, if you think about it, it could be like this crazy Venn diagram almost, or this crazy set of pathways that we all have. And I think, sometimes it's spontaneous, where there'd be an opening. It's like, cool, maybe I'll pop out. And sometimes you'll hear like, it'll be, hey, Louis Fouché on alto saxophone, and then that's my feature. But it's really a cool balance between ensemble playing in this band and then each of us popping out and be like, hey, check this out. It's a cool thing. One
of the things that when I first started doing the show, and I had to find a new way to perform, because I'd never been myself. I'm an actor, and now I had to be myself and find my way in the space, and with a new kind of mission for the show, is that I thought, the best thing I could do, I think, is listen to the way y'all communicate with each other, so I can find a new way to communicate with the audience. Could I be infected with some of your spirit? I used to listen to John play and listen to you guys play and go, okay, and that's my good ear, because I'm deaf in this ear. My good ear is on your side. And I thought, I wonder whether their listening and improvisational spirit could somehow instruct me. And I knew the only way to do it would be not to do it consciously, just let it get into my bones somehow. Wow. No doubt that you gave that to me over the last 11 years. Damn, I had something to say. One of the things that you guys talked to me about when the show first started was to shine on someone, is to give that person that moment of musical support that allows them to shine in that moment.
Yes.
That we are still all a group together, but there's just a little moment of the spotlight on that person right there.
Person gets in the center of the dance circle.
Yes. And that y'all have done that for me every night. You're all individually musicians who could, with just no effort whatsoever, pull the focus to what you were doing in the show. Even when you like add little things to things we're doing in the monologue in the show. And I'm so grateful that what you did, the gift you gave me of your gift, was to use that for the purposes of the show to at times shine on me what I'm doing. And I'll always be grateful not only for you doing that for me, but the lesson of that. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. You have a new self-titled album, The Great Big Joy Machine.
Hey.
It pulls from so many different traditions, gospel, funk, jazz, and soul. How do you navigate those different influences, and do they stay distinct, or do they blend?
They blend.
They
Absolute blend. Yeah.
Absolute blend.
Yeah?
Is
there a dominant flavor?
Ooh.
I'll go once again, gospel, funk, jazz, soul. 30 seconds
On
on
the clock. I knew you were going to say that. You were going to say that.
If Louis answers this question correctly,
Right.
he will go to the lightning round.
I mean, not to put us in a box, but objectively, I would guess, I would say, in my professional opinion, that the spiritual element of gospel is probably one of the most common links here, and that colors this ensemble.
I do like this. If an audience member, when I used to take questions from the audience, an audience member would ask me something, and the first thing that occurred to me was a line of the gospel is the answer to their question, and many people over here were going, mm-hmm. I go, oh yeah, you like that, but you like that passage, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, why Great Big Joy Machine? Why that name? How'd that come about?
That's for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead,
so
tell the people.
if I'm sure you all have seen on YouTube, not so much anymore, but before we would start the show, Stephen would address the audience and, make everybody feel awesome as he always does. But then he would field some questions, and I feel like very regularly as you were addressing the crowd, you would say this thing that was like, this show, this production is a machine because there are many different pieces that have to work and you have to feed it all the time every day, but it's a joy machine. So you feed it with joy and it spits that joy right back out. And I think even from the beginning, we've always kind of held on to that. So we were talking about changing the name, and that was one of the ideas that we were like, this is like an homage to our fearless leader. And so we went with that, and then we realized that, somebody else was legally called the Joy Machine, so we threw Great Big in there.
Great big.
And there you go.
See in court.
Yeah.
There you go.
It all fits. It all fits. Okay, let's see. Okay, for anyone about to hear the Great Big Joy Machine for the first time tonight, what do you hope they'll take from what they're hearing this evening?
Take a record. Buy a record. Take a record. Yes.
Louis, can you tell the folks what they're about to hear?
Yeah, I mean, well, we took, they told us we had 20 minutes. So we looked at...
That's what I want.
Yeah,
and this question as quickly as possible, so you have your 20.
So we looked at the songs that we'd chosen to put on the record, and sort of went through to see what we felt would be the broadest representation of the energies that are on the album. So we'll go through some of the soulful things, some of the Latin infused things, some of the more straight ahead jazz infused things, and some of the things in between.
I can't wait to hear it. You guys are in luck. Ladies and gentlemen, the Great Big Joy Machine.